Hey guys, it's Jacob from the Property Collective. I'm here with my good friend Matt Goodwin, the Managing Director of Goodwin Home Loans here in Kingston, just to discuss a few questions that we get from the marketplace. So Matt, you've been in the finance industry for 15 years now?
Yep, a little bit over 15 years. We've had Goodwin Home Loans now for 5 years set up.
Yep.
Prior to that, working in the broking industry for over 10 years and finance industry almost pushing on 20.
Yeah, wow. So definitely a lot of experience, Matt.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why I'm super excited to sit here and ask you some questions.
No, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here as well.
As a real estate agent, some of the key questions that we get from buyers in the marketplace, Matt, are usually around interest rates, pre-approvals, deposit sizes, and I guess the benefits of working with brokers. So I guess the main question, Matt, would be, how important is a pre-approval, and do buyers need them when they're looking for a property?
Yeah, definitely. So we get asked this question a lot as well. And the main thing people say is, do I need a pre-approval? And if you're attending an auction, then the answer to that is 100% yes. Yep. So when you attend an auction, you just say you're successful at the auction, you enter the contract on that day and you're locked into that purchase. So before being locked in, you want to make sure that the bank is going to lend you the funds you need to be able to purchase the property.
Yep.
Now, when you're not going to an auction as well, it's still very handy to know that you're ready to go and you have that confidence to start making offers on properties that aren't going to auction. So very important. It ensures the bank says, yep, you're ready to go. So it gives you confidence, but also provides security for you if you are attending an auction and locking yourself in on that day.
Yeah, 100%. Gives you a lot more certainty when you're buying.
Definitely.
Yeah. When would be the right time to actually meet with a mortgage broker?
Yep.
And I guess what would be the benefits of working with a broker versus going to the bank?
Well, the main benefit of a broker is that we have access to, in our case, over 40 different lenders. So that not only gives us access to the best interest rates available, but also to the broadest range of income policies. So what we find is that no two people are the same. So you might be on contracting, some people could be self-employed, casual income. Everyone's treated differently by the bank, and we can get more borrowing capacity from some lenders over others. And you may fit at one bank, but that might not be your bank. Yeah. So you might go directly to your bank and you might not fit their appetite for lending, but you might fit the appetite for another lender, which was also on our panel.
Yeah.
So we give you the most likelihood of approval with the most likelihood of the lowest interest rate possible and the fastest turnaround time.
Yeah.
So some banks can take weeks to get you turned around and they might not even look at you at all. The amount of customers who've come to us after going to their bank and not even being able to get a loan is crazy. It's quite common.
Yeah, wow.
The other thing about brokers is we're free of charge.
Yeah, so there's just about to ask, what does it cost?
It's absolutely nothing at all.
Yep.
And you have access to all the lenders and the best rates. And so it's a bit of a no-brainer, really, the benefit that we can add to clients.
Yeah. It sounds like a no-brainer. Honestly, it doesn't cost you anything and you're getting free advice. You're looking at 40 different lenders. So it's very, very important.
And in regards to the right time to talk to a broker, there is really no right time. It depends on the person. So some people might come through one of your open homes a week before the auction and say, I love this property, I want to buy it. But other people might be more organised and say, we're planning for this, and they want to have that in place because a pre-approval will last for 90 days.
Yeah, right.
So you can take your time and really look for a property.
Yeah.
But there's no really right time. But if you're thinking about entering the market, then I would definitely reach out and make sure that all your ducks in a row to be able to start attending auctions and open homes.
Really good advice. And Matt, another question that we get from buyers in the marketplace is what size of deposit is needed to buy a property, and how much should they have to be able to buy something?
So the banks love it if you have 20%.
Yep. So
if you have a 27% deposit, you don't have to pay what they call lender's mortgage insurance, but you can buy with as little as 5%. Right. Some people actually buy with no deposit. If you have mum and dad who's willing to go guarantor for you and use their property as security, you could actually buy a property with no deposit right away. So
yeah, wow. Okay.
5%, if you've got 20%, fantastic. If you don't, there's still other options out there.
Yeah.
A number of people also, first home buyers especially, can be eligible for certain schemes which allow you to buy with a 5% deposit and avoid all lenders' mortgage insurance. So there's another benefit of talking to a broker is that we're fully across all these different ways of purchasing, and we can place you in the right kind of stream that fits you best.
Yeah, awesome. Last question, Matt. I won't hold you up too much longer. Probably around interest rates.
Yep.
Buyers are asking, is it better to get fixed rates, or is it better to have variable rates? What's the difference? What's going to be best for them?
So the issue with fixed rates is if you lock in a fixed rate, you're in that for the period of time you choose. That might be 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So if an interest rate starts to drop in that time, you're locked in and you can't really get out of that without paying a fee to do so. What we're seeing in the market and hearing from a lot of economists is that we're predicting 2 rate drops, or they're predicting 2 rate drops this year and potentially up to 4 next year.
Yeah, wow.
So at the moment, a good fixed rate is probably 5.99%. and a good variable rate is probably 6.1%. So if we anticipate 6 drops in the next 2 years, that variable rate's going to be at 4.5%, somewhere around there, but you might be locked in at 5.99. So while we can't, really say what's going to happen, the economists who know more than us, their advice is that there will be drops.
Yep.
So you may be fixing at the height of the market,
yep.
and you may be paying more interest at some stage.
Yeah.
So our advice is stay variable for the moment until we know a bit more, and then potentially see what's out there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's fantastic, Matt. Obviously, a wealth of knowledge. Would certainly recommend, if you do have any queries or questions, or need to chat to a really good mortgage broker, the team at Goodwin Home Loans would be my recommendation. But thanks so much for your time, Matty.
No worries.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks for
We'll talk to
having
you
me,
very soon.